Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all the students. Today we are going to diving into machine learning teaching, right? And I will be the resource person for the entire course. So today I'm going to give you an introduction of what we are going to do in this course, what modules you are going to cover in this particular machine learning session, and how each module is being defined. So stay tuned with me and let's quickly get started. Think of Netflix. Suggest some shows that ML in action. Basically, machine learning suggests your interest. When you are going to sign up on Netflix, do you see that you are having certain options like what is your genre, what you like, what kind of movies you would like to watch? And based on your interest, it is going to show the recommendations also. It's nothing but it is machine learning. It learns the patterns of your choices and then it gives the suggestions to you. And accordingly, this is how machine learning works. So today, we are going to understand some basics of machine learning and how machine learning works. And today I'm going to give you an entire view, a route of or a tour of this entire machine learning course. What we are going to do, what we are going to learn, and what is going to happen, or the key takeaways of each module which you are going to cover with me. So stay tuned and let's quickly move. So in the first one, we are going to understand what is machine learning. We are going to understand some basics of machine learning as well as we are going to take some real examples of machine learning. Basically, we are going to see how machine learning work, and with a low code we are going a low code platform, we are going to understand how machine learning is going to help you, and you can create machine learning model based on different project styles, whether those are image learning or image sensing or pose learning or pose sensing or audio, because ML is everywhere. Whatever you are doing, ML, which is machine learning, is going to be the key role for you. Moving forward to, we are going to see how machine learning works. Machine learning works like cooking. Data is going to be your ingredient, whether it is a structured data or unstructured data. Then we are going to write the algorithm, which is going to be your recipe. Basically, in cooking, if you do cooking or if you love cooking, you can understand it in that manner. Or you can understand it in a computer way, which is IPO, input process output. You are going to give input as your data. You are going to process the data. You are going to run the algorithms. You are going to write what classifications you are going to bring in it and how it is going to work. What kind of regression model or what kind of multi regression, if you wanted to put, how you are going to run the pattern, and then you are going to get the desired output. All right. So it's exactly the same manner. It's like completely up to you. You can relate it with any of the metaphors. Like cooking, which includes data is your ingredient, the algorithm is your recipe, and the prediction is your final dish in front of you. We feed data, train a model, and test it to make sure that it performs well. Exactly like on the red light, you see the cameras which are going to sense your motion, which are going to sense how you are going to move, whether you are crossing during the red light is on or you are crossing when the green light is on. So it works in the similar manner. Let's understand it. What are the types of machine learning? In depth, we are going to understand this in the upcoming session. Supervised learning is like having a teacher where she is going to give you all the instructions. Like suppose you wanted to learn machine learning, and without these sessions which are structured, right? You are just learning it anyway by opening any chapter, anything, right? That is unstructured. Structured is having a teacher and step by step she's showing you each and everything, showing you the path. That is your structured or supervised learning. Unsupervised learning is figuring out on your own. And reinforced learning is from rewards, like a child learning not to touch a hot stove. right? You have not tried, but you know that it's hot and you're not going to touch it. So that is how you all are going to learn. And these are just examples so that you will understand how you are going to understand and learn these models, how you are going to work. I'm going to give you the data set. Now understand how you are going to understand. After every lesson or every session over here, you are going to get you can say one particular assignment which you will be completing, and once your assignment is completed you are going to submit it. So that is what you will be doing. You are going to assess all your assessment, you are going to check all the lessons over here, and you will be learning in each session of yours, whether you are starting linear regression, whether you are starting supervised learning, it is going to be a hands-on practice. So please be ready with your system. On mobile phone, if you are learning, then practice is the key. You needed to practice each and everything. In your file segment or in your resources segment, you are going to get the data set on which you are going to perform the algorithms which we will be discussing and running during this session. So stay tuned and let's see what exactly you will be doing. So I have already shared with you what are the types of machine learning. Now let's understand what is linear regression. In depth, you are going to understand linear regression in the upcoming session. Basically, over here, we are going to understand a predictive continuous value. Linear regression is nothing. It is like a drawing a right or a straight line to fit your data. Imagine estimating someone's salary just by knowing how many years of experience and how many years that person is working. It is exactly like the formula which I have written on the screen, that is y is equals to mx plus c. You are going to draw a straight line between x and y. So that is how we are going to create the predictions, and we are going to see the significance of y is equals to mx plus c, which you have been learning in your mathematics. Moving ahead to introduction to multivariate regression. In this, what you are going to do in real life, you must have seen multi-factor affects outcome, right? If you are seeking or if you wanted to get job or if you wanted to get good scores, what you will be doing, there are multiple inputs. Your age matters, your score matters, your experience matters, or suppose to predict house prices, you need size, you need location, and even age of your house. That is what is multivariate regression. It means multiple inputs is going to result one output, right? With that, we are going to move forward. What are the tools which you are going to use using scikit-learn? Yes, everyone, we will be using scikit-learn library to enhance our models. Scikit-learn. Scikit-learn is your go-to ML toolbox, or you can say go-to machine learning toolbox. It makes building models super simple, right? Think of it as a ready-made bakery for your machine learning recipe. So what you are going to do, you are going to put the inputs inside it, means the ingredients, and it is going to create the algorithm based on the ingredients which you have. First of all, it is going to be used for pre-processing training evaluation. Then you are going to use proper or popular machine learning library in Python, and it is very, very easy for the beginners to use. So that is what we will be using. We are going to use test, train, split with the help of machine learning, scikit-learn model, and then we are going to use model prediction, model fit with this. We are going to call upon libraries like linear regression from scikit-learn, and there are much more. You can use two-class boosted tree decisions. So these are decision trees and everything which you are going to use to create your machine learning model that will be from the scikit-learn library. And with that, we are going to move towards the next tool, that is our TensorFlow and Keras. TensorFlow is the engine and Keras is the steering wheel. Together, they make building neural network easier, even for beginners. So that is what we all are going to do and understand. So with that, let's see how you are going to get started with, how you are going to move. And with that, see, all the previous 5 modules which you will be learning, that is completely based on how you are going to run the code, how you are going to write a particular code, and how you are going to run and create the analysis. We are going to make sure that all these programs or models or machine learning models which you will be creating, those are industry standards, or the data set which you will be getting, those are cleaned data set or supervised data set which you will be getting, a structured data set. Some of the data set we ourselves we are going to create in Excel, and then we are going to convert it in CSV. Based on that database, we are going to create our models, right? I am going to do it step by step in front of you. You are going to follow the steps. I'm going to explain each and every step why we have taken, because that is going to be helpful for your interviews also. Nowadays, interviewers are not asking how you have remembered this code or what. They are going to understand the key perspective of each code which you have written, because nowadays using ChatGPT and multiple automated, or you can say GPT things, it becomes very easy to write a Python code. But if you have no understanding of writing a code or an ML library, or what library you will be using, then that is completely waste. So you needed to know what library, where you are going to use, and how you are going to utilize. Those foundations needs to be clear. Therefore, I am here to explain each and every step in front of you. And I'm going to showcase you how you are going to create your machine learning model without using any code. And that we are going to use, for that we will be using machine learning via Azure. Azure Machine Learning Studio we will be using. Automated ML is nothing but it is like a washing machine. You are going to load your data, you are going to press a button, and it takes care of the rest of the thing, whether it's related to training, whether it is related to the testing, or whether it is related to even tuning also. So all of these things are going to be taken care. And the tools which you can use for that, it's not just Azure ML. You can use Google Auto ML also, and Auto Scikit-learn. We will be using multiple platforms so that I can give you a variety of tools on which you can work. So we will be starting with Visual Studio Code. If you would like, you can choose PyCharm also, as well as if you feel like that you would like to get started with Google Colab, you can try and work on Google Colab. If you wanted to work with ideally, which is inbuilt and with Python in your system, you can do that. So these are the things which we will be doing. Moving ahead with that, we are going to build a very simple machine learning model. And these are the steps which you are going to remember throughout. Because following all these steps, we are going to create all our models. We will follow a step-by-step recipe to build our first model. Think of it like a baking or like baking a cake from scratch. You are going to load a data. You're going to split the data into test and train. Before that, there are 2 more steps which you are going to follow. Those are, you are going to visualize the data and find a pattern, all right, that you will be doing by using Matplotlib, as well as you are going to use Seaborn library. And then you are going to split the data. With splitting the data, you are going to choose whether what is going to be your test size. Most probably in all our models, we are going to choose 20%. If you feel like you can increase the data also, then we are going to train our model. Once the model is trained, then you are going to make the predictions. Once your predictions are ready, you are going to see the difference between the actual value and the predicted value. Once you have taken the differences into play, then you are going to find out what differences are there in the actual and the prediction. Based on that, you are going to evaluate the model by choosing confusion metrics, in which you are going to take the true value and the true prediction value. You are going to see how RMSE is going to work, which is root mean squared error, as well as MAE, which is mean absolute error. Using these two scikit-learn matrices methods, we are going to find the error percentage that is going to tell you what exactly, how far is your prediction from the actual prediction, which you are going to share with the client. I hope you are getting little bit. For example, suppose uh, a model which I have created is of image sensing, right? I am asking my machine to create a face like me. And once it has created the picture, then I am going to match myself with that picture. And it's not 100% true, right? There will be some discrepancy. There will be some of like differences will be there. Now, if the difference is more than 50%, then your model is failed. If the difference is less than 50%, then I guess the model is working. And in our model, which we are going to create in this particular session, that model will be approximately more than 80% accuracy, which we are going to create. So you can proudly showcase those models in your, you can say, resumes to get those jobs, right? So these are all steps which you are going to count. You have to memorize all these steps. You are going to load the data. Before loading the data, you are going to do what? You are going to import the libraries, whether those are pandas, numpy, seaborn, matplotlib, scikit-learn matrices. All these you are going to import first. Once you have imported all these libraries, you are going to load the data into the data frame by using pandas. Thereafter, you are going to visualize the pattern by using matplotlib and seaborn. After that, you are going to split the data by using scikit-learn test train split. Then thereafter, you are going to train the model by using scikit-learn model predict linear regression. And thereafter, you are going to make the predictions. So these are all steps, and in detail, step by step, we are going to get started with. Let's understand some real world applications of machine learning. When we talk about machine learning is nothing. It's about transforming every industry. It's about helping doctors diagnose diseases, banks, detect frauds, and even power self-driving cars like Tesla, as you have heard. And absolutely, these are all wonderful things of human brain. The way human brain is working, similarly machine learning work. Deep learning is one of the concept which is behind neural network, which is behind the brain of machine learning. It is a subset of machine learning, and machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. So let's understand what exactly the real world applications. So whether you're talking about transportation, whether you talk about retail where customer segmentation is there, or you talk about finances, everywhere is machine learning. Healthcare, disease detection, everywhere, wherever you are going to see and explore, machine learning is part of that. Let's see what are the best practices in machine learning. Just like you can't build a house without a plan, you can't build a good machine learning models without understanding the problem and the preparing, or you can say, and preparing the data well. So first of all, before you get started, you are going to work with the data. All right. And in most of our model, what we are going to do, we are going to prepare the data by ourselves, or the data which we will be using, that data is going to be cleaned. And first of all, we are going to spend enough time to understand the data. That is going to be the key for the sessions and creating the models. I hope you are understanding the significance of understanding the data and preparing the data, right? With that, let's quickly see how you are going to get started. Each module is very, very important. So go through that module. These are all sessions for you to understand and to get started with machine learning. So let's quickly wrap up. Practice what we have learned. get started, explore more before we get started with machine learning model, because this is the first introductory session to tell you what you are going to learn in this entire machine learning model, or you can say machine learning module. In this machine learning module, I will be the resource person. You can share your feedback, you can share whatever if your machine learning model is not working. And there is one simple request among all of you. As we will be creating our own sample data, for that, I would request directly don't copy the data which I will be creating. You can change the entries of the data which you will be creating at your end, right? You are going to review all the concepts every day whenever you are going to join the class. You are going to practice scikit-learn on each day of the algorithm which we have written. You are going to try building your first regression model. Suppose we have created a model on image, or you can say income prediction. So you can use any other data also, like you can use the prices of the house and the size of the house. These two columns you can keep and you can run the predictions. Now, the third part which you are going to understand, that is explore TensorFlow Keras for deep learning. So these are all things which you are going to do. Let me quickly share what you will be doing in these classes and how these classes are going to impact your learning, how it is going to build a career around it. By the end of this entire series, you will be capable of creating your own machine learning model by using data from any of the sources, right? You will be able to visualize it, as well as not just by using the code or Visual Studio Code. You will get an exposure of working with Google Colab. For each module, I will make sure that one project you are going to create on Visual Studio Code or any code building platform, or one model we will be creating online where there is no platform needed. You can directly get started by putting in the code, which is, for example, Google Colab. So giving the entire variety, and here we are going to use different techniques of Python. So basically, before you get started, a little knowledge or basics of Python needs to be clear. That is going to be the prerequisites. If you don't know, that is completely fine. If you know, that is good enough. So that is what we will be trying. If you know, I am more than happy that yes, you understand it and you are going to get started with it. If you don't know, it's completely all right, because from scratch, I'm going to explain each and every step in front of you. So therefore, I hope you all are ready to get started with machine learning. So how the first class is going to be? In first class, you are going to get started with the introduction, and I'm going to share a platform where you are going to understand how machine learning concept works with all the steps which I have shared in the previous slide. In the previous slide, as I have shared, that you are going to load the data, then split the data, then train the data and make the prediction and evaluate. So following all these steps, we are going to create a very, very simple model. In that model, you are going to see how your model is working by taking just pictures or images, or you can download those images from Google. Explore and spend some time. You all have to promise that whenever you are joining the session, after the session, you are going to revise with your own data or the resources which I am going to upload with the sessions only. You are going to find that in the resources segment. So with that, I am going to say goodbye to you. Stay tuned and let's see how you are going to learn in the next session. Stay tuned, everyone, and keep learning. Have a wonderful day.